Hey y'all. Well, I got my Tonka dump in today, my 1975, and I'm going to kind of compare it to this 1992. It could be a 93 or something, but I think it's more of a 92. It could be 92, 93 because of the decals and the windows were regular windows and stuff like that. And they started using the turbo diesel stickers, probably 93, 94 or something. And 95 they changed it up altogether, and it was a lot more different. So when Hasbro, Maisto, whatever it was, kind of done their own thing, and I don't know when Maisto was involved in it. I don't know all the details and stuff to after the 90s, mid 90s, but that's that one right there, and you can see the tires are pretty flimsy. But I made two videos on this to kind of show that I was going to be to kind of determine whether I was going to mess with this thing or not, and when I would mess with it. Uh, I think I need more light in my spare bedroom here. But anyway, this I opened it. I had a box open and everything, and then I decided, well, I'm gonna go live with it. And well, it's too late now, and then open most of the box. So I got this in today, and I kind of wish I kind of held off in some ways, but at the same time too, I'm glad to have it because really though I got this dirt cheap. I got this for $10 plus $16 and 16.55 shipping and handling. Now, if you look up the Tonka symbols on there and the Tonka seals, this right here is a 19. It shows a 1975 Tonka. I think it's could be 75, 70, um, 75, 76 or something like that. I think it's 75 though. There's a picture of me in one of the videos I put up. I don't know whether it's on YouTube or Instagram. I have a picture of me with me on a Western Flyer tractor or something other, and there was a Tonka truck below me, and there was a car carrier and stuff like that for Tonka. I can't remember all that for some reason either because it was of course 1975. I was at the time in the picture I was going on 4 years old. I was 3 months. Sorry, I was 3 years and 10 months old at the time, and I confirmed it with my mom. That was about 1975. This might be a year before or after. I think it's the year before, or it could be the year after. But I do recall that I looked at it before I even bought it to make sure the little sticker decal on it. I think it said the same thing. I couldn't. Some of it was fuzzy, but it kind of said the same thing. And of course, this little logo right here, the Tonka logo gives the indication that it is a very old Tonka truck. So it's pushing 50. This right here is 31, 32 years old. This one right here is about 50, pushing 50. It'll be 50 next year. So anyway, let me get all this junk out of the way. As you can see, it's been through a lot of stuff, a lot of rust in here. Yeah, I should have got my light on. See if I can find a light. Yeah, there we go. Doggity dog. Hot diggity dog, Herb. Hot diggity dog. What are you doing? What are you doing down there? You blinding one eye? Are you blinding one eye? But anyway, you can tell it's pretty old just by the logo. Let me get all this stuff out of the way. Ah, messy. Messy, messy, messy. Yeah. So let's take a look at it and everything, and then we'll compare it here with the other one. Should have put a light bulb in there. So a lot of this peeling here, which that really helps because you can see what's underneath there. You can tell that hopefully this kind of gives an indication that these little rust spots are just top rust and from dirt and stuff. It doesn't look like it's got pitting in the metal too much. And this right here, do you see these edges? This was before they started rolling it underneath, and they got rid of these edges and everything, and they kind of rolled it so it wouldn't cut kids up or anything. Oh, I forgot this is for kids. Let me speak like a kid. And this, little boys and girls. So, you know, kids can watch this too. So, this is not a dirty video. All the kids can watch my videos and stuff. I don't have dirty videos. I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't know why kids can view all my videos, but I just never thought about it. And see how this I don't get though. I don't know how. Looks like the fender is awful close to the wheel, but it didn't survive that long, so I guess it's all right. And this is hard plastic. I remember something about these things right here being soft, but it might have been another year that they changed that up. I know these were always soft, but I remember something when I was a little boy playing with Tonka trucks. I don't know if it's one like I had right here, because usually when I let them out in the driveway, they got ran over. I had a bulldozer. I had, of course, a car carrier. Oh, there's the steering wheel right there. Oh, sorry. There we go. I didn't like that. So I had, like I said, I had a bulldozer, I had a car carrier and stuff like that. And a few years ago, I had a road grader. I think these are rivets in here. Let's see here. And you can take all that stuff off and pop out those little lights and clean it up. I'm restoring it. But I made a couple of videos back on this one, on this 92, 93 one, showing that, you know, I was going to just I didn't know for sure if I was going to restore it or not, when I was going to try to restore. You know, I wasn't going to get it perfect, but I seen some kids were needing another Tonka truck at a daycare, and I thought about, you know, trying to just kind of get all the rough stuff off of it and painting it back like it's supposed to be, instead of pulling it all apart and everything. But I discovered all this, and I'm like, well, I might need to do a little bit more with it. I don't know when I'm going to do anything. I might just give it to the kids like this, but I just didn't want, you know, little children be picking off paint and eating it. You know, it's really flaky, as you can see. But it would be pretty easy to get all that, I think. And of course, these tires are cheapish as compared to these right here. These suckers are tough, man. You can't bend these with your fingers, but these right here you can. You can kind of push in on it. That's the difference. One of the difference between oh crap. Broke the window with my thumb. That's one of the differences between this Tonka Dump and this Tonka Dump. This one's a bit more tougher as far as the wheels. I mean, it's basically, this is plastic, but the thing of it is, it doesn't have a plastic underpinning. This is a whole mold of plastic with a piece of metal sitting on top of it. And this right here is too. And these wheels, of course, are plastic and very thin. But the body and the dump itself and the cab is just all metal. And you can see how they went to super wide tires and everything. And you can see the tire difference between this XMB 975 or 976, whatever that is. 975, I believe. But yeah, it's all metal right here. But yeah, I remember they came out. Wow. I remember these being rubber, plasticky types. But that might have been for another year or something. Oh, anyway. Try to push that back in. Just leave it like that. But anyway, it's like a solid. You tell it's solid. I don't think it'd be too hard to get these things off. They got like 4 rivets that connects them. And I'm assuming this right here this piece was for something else on another type of model, or whatever. But yeah, it's got like a little edge there to it, and I think in the later 70s and even earlier 80s, they went from this little edge thing to a rollover and to kind of bend it over. What are you doing? Don't get no ideas in here. And so, you know, I mean, it's smooth enough not to hurt your fingers, but it can still hurt you if you hit your hand the wrong way, especially a little kid's hand. And it dumps like nobody's business. I don't have a sandblaster or anything, so it'll be kind of hard to, clean this thing up really well. I'd have to ask somebody if they can do it for me if I wanted to do it the right way. These are all rubber. Of course, I already said that. These wheels, these hat caps, some of them are easy to pop off. I think if you, they say it's probably better to pop the ones off on the right and not the left, the driver's side. For some reason or other, I don't know why. I guess that's how they put them on. I would love to see a video where they were making these things. I know there are a couple of Tonka videos out there, but they don't really show a video of them pressing the steel or anything, or making the Tonka trucks. I would love to see a video of that if they ever have one out there. And also the decals here, when you restore it and all, you can also get the decals. This right here, the 75 logo, and the Mighty Tonka logo, and also the cab window, and these little pipes and this breather tank or whatever. You can get all in probably some of these pieces. I don't know about the tires. You can get these, I know for sure you can get the cab window and some of these other things. Oh shoot, I forgot the name of that thing, that Tonka place. But anyway, I'll try to put it up in my link whenever this video downloads. But let's see the belly over here, the belly of the beast, so to speak. So this is what we got here. Let's see if we can find this. I was wondering if there might have been a stamp on here or something. I guess not. But anyway, yeah, it's still holding together. It's pretty tough. You can see there where it's got the frame kind of bent into. Oh, I know what that was for. So some of these Tonka trucks came with a hydraulic attachment. It would kind of go from here to there or something like that. And so it would it wouldn't do that. The hydraulic thing would make it kind of go down slower, and you can push it up and it can just dump itself. So that was what that was for. They just kept them on there. They didn't change it out so much for the regular Tonkas, but ones that had the hydraulic, that's where that one went. That fixture, it went from, I think, from there to the bottom of the frame, the chassis, or whatever you call it. Because you got to think, well, why in the world they got all these little holes here, And this model here didn't come with the, there were some of them before the 70s that had like a saddle tank. A saddle thing went from here to here, and you can see a little saddle tank or whatever on, and then they kind of phased that out. And then they started phasing it back in the late 80s and 90s. They put them back in. you know. So of course these have got the edges on them too. Single edges. It's kind of rolled a little bit there. Yeah, so it looks like the metal is kind of in good shape. And I'm telling you, for $10 and $16 shipping and handling, that was a steal of a price. I mean, I don't think looking all over the internet, I could find something that low in price. And I'm really thankful to the person on eBay who sold it to me and everything. So, yeah, I wish this was rubber though. But I'm looking forward looking forward to getting all the stuff I need. I can't really get it right now. Tight on money, really tight on money. Got bills to pay this month, big bills. Like I said though, I got this last week, and if I knew what I was getting, I probably would have just held off. But at the same time too, I kind of struck while the iron was hot, you know, and because just I don't think I could have got another opportunity to buy something that shows the same year I got something like this. I really though, I'd rather have, I mean, 75 is great, but a 1972 Tonka, the same year I was born, something that's like almost 52 years old, that would have been great, you know, pretty good too, pretty cool. Yeah, so, you know, so this is, I've seen some people take this whole thing off and it sand it down pretty good, and they paint it, and then they, you know, I've seen some people take screws and pop these things out, put screws in them, but I don't know if I can go totally original or anything. And I don't even know if I would want to take these stickers off. Probably tape over them or something other to keep them from getting damaged. You know, just try to make something where I can kind of protect this stuff. Probably clear tape or something, I don't know. And kind of cut around it and use that. You kind of use that as a template. Focus. And put it on something else and put it like on a piece of masking tape and put the masking tape over it. That way it wouldn't get damaged, the label and everything. And the same with these, probably just clean these up pretty. I don't know, that one might need to be changed over because it's kind of like it got like a rust bubble, air bubble type of thing in it. I don't know what that is exactly, but it's still original. What the point of it is, it's still original. For something that's almost 50 years old, it's still original. This is too. And I think it looks like it's got a little bit of paint on it. Probably take some WD-40 and push that back in there, but I'm gonna leave it like that because, you know, I might need to take it off one day. You know, I've seen people take WD-40 to spray around here. It lubricates it, and they can push it down in there whenever they're taking the cab part off. I'm gonna leave it like that. But this Tonka logo here is in way better shape. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I would have hated to have to change these logos up. What I'd really like to do is just really not even try to take it apart. In other words, I'd like to show some of the character of the Tonka truck itself, but yet get some of this rust off of it, and kind of, you know, clean it up or whatever. Maybe, I don't know, maybe just kind of get some of the high rust off of it and paint it with a lacquer and kind of leave it just like it is, really, to tell you the truth. Paint it with a lacquer to lock all that in and all this stuff, but maybe change this and change the wind out and everything. I don't see another piece in there. Nope. Some of it just kind of keep, you know, but other than that, kind of clean it up a bit. I don't know, that might work better. I don't know. That's to be determined too. But with this one, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure with this one. Yeah, so I think about pushed my finger through that thing. So I'm kind of debating on whether I want to actually fix this all the way up, and or just I would rather kind of hit some of this high rust off, knock some of this high rust off of it, get the rust down to next to the metal, and lacquer it with a clear coating. And get this chassis fixed up, get these tires cleaned up, get the grill cleaned up, and the labels, the logos, the stickers, that is, decals, whatever you want to call them, and maybe get this window changed out and go from there. But you can see there's a lot of oxidation on here. It's kind of like a pale yellow, whitish yellow from being out in the sun. And compared to that right there, the dump was on it and stuff. I mean, for something that's this old, you kind of expect that. So you can kind of see where the sun hit it at and everything. A lot of worn. I don't know, this side looks kind of pretty good. Me and my mom's man, her significant other, were talking about that. We're talking about, kind of finding something like this and just kind of, not really actually restoring it, but kind of locking in the features of it. Because if I were to do that, the first person who got this Tonka truck really had a ball with it. They loved it. And they're probably about just as old as I am, probably a little bit older or something. And so I wouldn't want to dishonor their memory of the truck. I don't know if they would even be watching. They probably don't even know that they would. This would be their dump truck that they had when they were little kids. So I meant to ask the person that sent it to me what the history was, and that's probably what I'll do. The person that sent it to me, I'll ask them, or her, I think it's a her, what the history of the dump truck was, where they got it from, stuff like that. Kind of get a history of it, who owned it before me and her. So this one, I really don't know who had it before, because I got it from a thrift store. So I might just kind of go a little bit more with that one. But like I said, with these wheels, I might just kind of, where is that? Yeah, right here. Oh wow. So got some water holes here, drain holes. Where is that drain hole at? See, these daggone. Thought I saw a drain hole here one time. There it is. Right there. For the water and stuff. So, and as you can see on this one, big bad boy. Oh, yeah, look at there. It does have a drain hole. So if you got a Tonka truck, if you got a loader or whatever with these 970 XMB 975 wheels, most of the time you got something that's got a drain hole on it. See, that one's got a drain hole. All of them got drain holes. So just might do a little bit of surface work on this thing, but at the same time, if I kind of get into it too much, it's going to start, chipping away at the paint and everything. So that might not be a good idea. I don't know. So, and if you start playing around with this, see that? Look at there. This right here is really flaky. So maybe just kind of take it like a piece of sand. I got like a sand thing over here somewhere. Sandpaper thing. This might be too rough. Yeah, it's too rough. I had something over here one time. Let's see here. The thing of it is, I don't want to scuff it too bad. I just want to do a light hitting of the There it is right there. I just want to hit it pretty lightly to where I'll come here. About got it, y'all. Oh my gosh. It's taking forever to get. There we go. So I got this one. Yeah, something like that. This one's a little bit finer. Yeah, so just kind of do that, knock all this built up rust on it off, and see if I can kind of lacquer it up. But the thing of it is, if I change this, I got to find a way to oxidize it. If I get it, I need to kind of see if I can put it under the sun for a while and oxidize it to kind of make it look like it's been used quite a bit. But I really don't want to take these labels off. I don't want to take these decals off because, you know, they're original to the truck. And so, I don't know, man. But at the same time, too, this is something that if my son has kids, I would really want him to have it for his kids. So, because by the time they grow up, Lord willing, if he doesn't return before the rapture or whatever, they might not even have these anymore. So you get a big profile view here. Let me see if I can back up a little bit. And chair done went low on me again. So you can see the difference between these tires and the XMB tires. Now the ones before this one, where they had like little line grooves in them, they were a little bit thinner than these. This is the next step, but they're also cheaper tires and pretty thin wall, flimsy, while these are pretty tough. So, and this whole, like I said, this whole thing through here is, underneath this cab part is just plastic. These are still rubber. That's plastic, but that's rubber. Same thing here. This is 92, 93 ones before the windows went tint green, then eventually to a smoky look. So put it like this. Let's see here. Got your white lights. I think those pop out. These ain't got lights on it. Down here. Yeah. They got a commercial with a car using a Tonka truck for a wheel. I mean, that's what you call Tonka tough. I forgot what year it was, but whenever they made them in this age, back in 74, 75, probably in the early 70s, early 60s, these things were tough. They were way tougher than these, because if you put a lot of weight on this tire, this thing right here, that's not that a kid weighs that much anyway. You children out there weigh that much anyway. But if you put a lot of weight out there on it, it's going to end up breaking this rim. It's going to collapse. These rims will collapse. They're just. But these right here, shoot. I could probably stand on this thing, and I'm 300 plus pounds. But you know what, kiddies? I'm not going to risk it. Uncle Butch ain't going to risk it. So let's see here. That's that nice widespread view. See, this Tonka's a little bit higher up. This one's a little bit lower. And the dump on this one's a little bit different than this one right here, but it's basically the same. It's like this part right here is the same as this, but the dump is tapered. This one's flat, squarish. Let's take a comparison of the dumps. Let's take a look at this. Of course, you know, this is that edge that they fixed later on. But that's another thing here. Look at there. Now, see, they squared these edges, and then they went back to the same kind of thing this one had. This little thing here, this little lip sticking out. So that's something. And let's take a look at that. See, this one had like a longer roof protector, and this one had a shorter one. And these also have 4 rivets. This has 4 rivets. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't really tell it, but it does. And again, it has that little lip thing. But anyway, 30 minutes. I don't know. Is that good enough? Whoa. So yeah, that's pretty neat. This Tonka is tougher than this Tonka. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. I mean, it's mostly metal, but except for the wheels and the rims and stuff. And same thing with this. This is more metal though than this is metal. It's got more sheet metal in it involved in it than it does plastic. But these tires are super tough. And I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what I really want to do with this thing. I don't really know, but I definitely clean it up. And if I decide to go with a lacquer thing and kind of do this thing here, see, I don't want to get it too brushed looking, then I'm just going to try to make it look really good, because I'm sure my son doesn't want to give something to his son or daughter that's hopefully son, but his daughter will be fine too, that's going to be rusty looking, and his mother will be like, no, you can't have that from your grandpa because you might get sick from the rust or something like that. You know, it might be a thing back in 20 years from now. You never know. 15 years from now, 10 years from now, because my son's 21. Heck, 5 years from now, who knows? I might have a son, kid, I don't know. Anyway, that's all I'm going to do on this. I'm going to go and get ready for taking a nap, going to work, and can't wait to see what I'm going to do with these things. And yeah, hopefully eventually, if I can find the same deal as I found on this one, I'll probably get the one that come before it, several years before it, and everything. And if I could find another 80s one, I could have that too. Like I have the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Maybe, hopefully one day I'll probably get the 60s. I don't know. But we'll see. Maybe in the 50s. But that's to be determined. So I hope y'all enjoyed this, and we'll see you later.